and you're watching Real Estate Minute. We caught up with real estate agent Irit who decided to ask her a few questions on how it is to be a successful real estate agent in New York City, Manhattan. Thanks for joining us, Irit. What's it like to be a successful real estate agent in New York City in this bad economy? That's what's on all of our minds. So, give us an idea.
Well, you know what? I know the economy is really bad right now.
Right.
But there is still people that want to look for apartments, still, you know, with the deals that they have today. So a lot of people are looking for apartments in Manhattan, all over Manhattan. And today you can also get like 1 month free on most of the apartments in the city.
That's
so
interesting.
it's pretty, it's a pretty good deals. And we're still getting like a lot of clients though, no matter how the economy is bad over here,
Wow, that's very interesting. I heard because the economy was so bad, you would think people are not renting, but apparently that's not the case.
Obviously, yeah.
Tell us, what is the process to become a real estate agent in New York City?
Okay, so first of all, you gotta go to school. You gotta give 75 hours.
75?
Yeah, you gotta give 75 hours.
Not that bad.
And then to go to do like a school test. And after you finish with the school test, you gotta go to do the state test. Of course, it's gonna cost you money, because when I did it in New York City, it cost like $400 to do like only the school course.
Oh, I see.
And then you gotta pay for the state test, which is like $15. Without that, you cannot get your license.
I see. I see.
Of course, after you finish with all this, and they told you that you got your result, you gotta check it online, and after that, you can apply for your license. And your license is going to cost you itself like $50.
Okay.
You can do the test as much as you can, at least like 5 times, even if you didn't pass it. But I think that you can pass it after even 2 times, so...
Okay, so she's quite confident that you can pass the test 2 times. That's good. I've gone and taken the schooling, the test.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's the process? What do I do now?
Okay. First of all, you got to find a broker.
I see.
Because your license have to be on the name of the broker, of the company. You cannot just hang around with the license without the name of a broker.
I see.
So that's the first thing. Then after you find the broker that you want, you gotta go to interview. You don't have to go to one office. You can go to a few companies and choose your own, choose your own company that you want to work with.
That's very good.
If you don't like one company, you can always change to another company. You can change your license. Only the name. Only the name of the company.
Okay.
Now, when you started, the first thing that they tell you to do is to go previewing an apartment, which means you gotta know the buildings, and you gotta start taking picture, of the apartment, which is, it can be like 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, they're giving you like a list. Every company should have a list of different management in the city.
I see.
So you're choosing every day at least to go like, let's say Upper East Side, you're choosing the Upper East Side, Lower Manhattan, or whatever area that you choose, and you do it like at least for a week, and then you're going to start replacing an ad, and that's, on and on.
Here's our next question for you, Irit. What is the question that you ask new clients before you show them an apartment?
First of all, you should ask him which area he want to move to.
Okay.
Second, what is the move-in date? Because some apartment you can move in the middle of the month or in the beginning of the month, so you gotta know, when he want to move.
Okay.
So moving date, his budget, if he have any pets, because some buildings do not allow pets.
Oh, that's important. So make sure.
Which amenities he's looking for, because some people don't mind to take like a walk up, and some people want elevator, and some people want like a dormant building, So you gotta know that stuff just in case, that you're gonna show him something different, then he's gonna be upset, but I don't want to live here,
I see.
That's the most important question that you gotta ask. Another question that you can add is how much money he make per year. If you know that this apartment have a requirement, like some apartment require like 40 times the rent a year. Every apartment in the city is different. Another question that also I can add is if he's going to move by himself or he's going to move with a friend, husband, wife, whatever. Because it's always good to show apartment when you have the other partner with you. This way, you don't have to take the same person to see the apartment twice.
I see. I was going to ask why would that be necessary to ask, but I guess you've answered that.
It's better to do it this way, because it's happened to me that I had a client and he didn't bring his friend, and then he was like, look, my friend didn't see that yet, so I can't take the apartment. And then I have to go there again a week again and show him the same apartment. So it's always better to have like 2 people, especially if they're gonna, they're gonna live in the apartment.
That's smart. I guess I kill 2 birds with 1 stone. That way you don't have to repeat the process.
Exactly.
Where do you place your real estate ads? I mean, where do you place them so as to get clients to see them?
Okay, the most common one is Craigslist. Some people using some different ads. I know we had a girl in my company that actually she's Asian, and she's going to Asian website and she was placing all her ads over there.
Wow.
Most of the companies, they charging you for placing ad in Craigslist. They don't charge everything, but they charge half of the price. So sometimes it's better to place in other places than Craigslist, but the most common is Craigslist because people know this website. Now, every company, my company, have also, so I'm posting in 2 websites.
That's a smart approach. So I guess you're saying a real estate agent should place their ads in various websites, not just one.
Exactly, yeah.
Being that we're on the subject of the ads, everyone can place ads. But what do you do in placing your ads to make them more successful, more striking to get people's attention? Because I figure there's hundreds of ads out there.
Of course. Well, as you know, there is 100 or even million of ads out there.
Yes.
And there's a lot of competition now in the market. So first of all, you gotta be specific about the apartment that you're posting. So if it's like 2 bedroom, you gotta write like 2 bedroom, how many square footage, what is the amenities, what is the subway line that close by or the buses that close by.
That's very specific.
Okay. When you're writing that, you don't write it like just writing that. You gotta write like amazing apartment in New York City, close to there and there, If you have like 1 month free, you also add, you got 1 month free. If you have pool over there, you also writing in your title, pool, gym, domain, whatever you have in.
The gym will sure catch my attention, but the 1 month free even more.
Exactly. And you can also use a dictionary to find a different meaning to the word like amazing. So it's going to be like incredible studio in New York City, so it's going to catch your eyes. The most important thing is actually to put pictures that's going to catch the eyes, Real picture is the best. Some agents are not using the real pictures,
I was about to ask you that. What is the difference between a real picture and not a real picture? What do you mean by that?
Some people, they want to get clients. They think that if you're going to post like a picture that it's not really describing the real apartment, so they're going to get more clients.
You mean post a picture from a different apartment?
Yes, exactly.
People actually do that?
People actually do that, yeah.
So that means you call about one apartment thinking you're going to see that apartment. Exactly. When you get there, it looks totally different?
Yes.
Then, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they do that though.
But the best policy you're saying is honesty.
Yes, I believe in honesty. When you're placing an ad, you have to make sure that you have more than 1 apartment to show to your client, because the chance that he's going to take the first apartment is like 50-50.
Okay.
So you can always have to have another option, for yourself, to show him more than 1 apartment, like I said.
That's good. So I guess you need to be a well-prepared real estate agent. What are new agents that's getting into the business need to look out for, need to realize, so as not to get discouraged and give up?
A lot of time you're getting a phone calls from clients and you schedule with them to a certain time, okay?
Yeah.
And then, the time is just reached and you're calling like 10 minutes before and you said, okay, I just wanted to make sure that you're going to be there.
Right.
And the person say, yeah, of course I'm going to be there. And you come into the place and the person is not there. You're waiting like 10, 20 minutes. It's happened to me once. And the client is not even answering the phone.
So everyone has no shows is what you're saying?
Yeah, and another thing that actually, people will always try to ask you to get lower with the price of the apartment. Some management will allow to take like maybe $50 or $100 less from what you should pay. Sometimes they're getting like really upset when you say like, look, but that's the price of the apartment. Right. They don't want to take it because you don't want to give them a discount. They think it's too expensive.
I did not realize that an agent had the power to actually lower the actual rent.
No,
so
we don't have the power. All we're doing is like calling to the management of this apartment and ask them if it's possible to lower the price of the apartment. Usually we go to our broker.
Yes.
If we go to our broker and ask them if there is any possibility they're going to lower the price.
And they'll sometimes do that.
Sometimes they do that. It depends. Yeah.
If you think you want it to be lower, worth a try to ask. If it's possible, then you'll get a lower rent.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Tell me, what's the first thing you ask your new client?
Okay, you got a document that not every company are using, but it's called an agreement between you and your client, which is specify the apartment that you're going to show to your client.
I see.
And next to it, he got an initial. This agreement means he allowed to take the apartment from another broker, but he will pay you because he already had agreement between me and him that you're working in the same apartment. Some agent, they don't want to lose, so they take the agreement with them and they ask from the client to sign.
Oh, so you put your time in. So basically you're just saying I put my time in, so I'd like to be commissioned for my time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's reasonable. So now we're at the end. You've shown your client the apartment and we're done. What do you do at the end of each meeting with the clients, generally?
Okay, let's say I show like 3 apartments, okay?
Yes.
And I don't really get any reaction from him. So in the end I was asking him, so what do you think?
Yes.
He will be, if he said like, I don't know, I mean, I need to think about it.
Right.
So your next question have to be what you didn't like about this apartment. Then you're getting an idea. Because if you knew what he doesn't like about this apartment,
right,
you may have a chance to meet him another time and show him something that he does like.
Okay.
You know, it's not always work, but most of the time it does. I mean, if you had more options, so it's always better to meet like twice with the client.
Right.
Because you can actually close him.
Wow.
If you like it, you say, look, I do like this apartment, but I would like to see more. You just give him his time. Some agent, they push the client and they're like, look, you gotta take this apartment because if you're not gonna take it, somebody else is gonna take it or stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't think it's always work to do something like that because you need to give him some time because if you know you got a good listing,
yes,
so your client gonna come back to you, you know?
I see.
Just give it some time, you know? It's happened to me so many times and I do believe that you gotta give him some time to think about it and meditate about this apartment idea and probably they're gonna call you back and if not, you're gonna get another client.
Well, that's good. So in the end, you don't have to give up. You can say, as was mentioned, so as to get the client detailed information so that you can help them better. Basically finding out where they stand or why not they didn't stand, and that'll make you more successful.
You can always call after a few days just to make sure if you find something else and if you still need help.
That's good. So never fail to do the follow-up. Very important. So now let's get down to the real deal. Tell us, what's the process of renting an apartment in New York City?
Most of the management, they ask almost the same thing, which is pay stub,
okay,
photo ID, W-2 or 2008 tax return.
Okay.
And also a letter of employment.
Oh, letter of employment. That's very important.
Yeah.
It's very important if you're going to be renting an apartment to have a place that you're working.
And of course, like I said, every management is different, but usually you should make around 40 times or 45 times the rent. And let's say you don't make that a year, right, so you should have a grantor that make 80 times the rent.
I see. So you got those numbers? 40 times or 45 times the rent. If not, and you have some sort of a grantor, they need to make 80 times the rent. Keep those numbers in mind. Now let's go to the treatment of clients. We know some can be very annoying, as was mentioned previously. But how should an agent treat their client?
You know, the most important thing is to listen to your client. If your client says, I want an apartment that is up to $3,000, you're going to look only for $3,000. Don't try to sell him something in $33,000 because he's not going to take it.
Okay.
Some agents do believe that if you try to find him something like better than that, in a little bit like higher than what they ask, they're going to take it. I don't really believe in that because I think you're just trying to deceive your client. If he told you that he wants something in a certain price, so try to find him something in a certain price, you know.
So now we're going to go to the flip side. We've talked about being a real estate agent, the clients. Let's talk a little bit about the disadvantages of being a real estate agent.
And you can make a lot of money in real estate, but you're not getting paid. You're getting only a desk and a phone. You got your own computer, you got the website, but you don't have any base salary.
I see.
You don't get any money to make phone calls from your cell phone, you know. Let's not talk about the trips that you got to do every day, you know, with your Metro card. It costs you also a lot of money. You also have to pay tax.
So it's pretty much your own business.
Yes.
So the option is there to make a whole lot of money, but you need to understand that it's your own business and there's a lot of fees that comes out of what you make.
Yes, exactly.
Irit, we thank you so much for sharing those points with us. This way you can educate us on what it's like to be an agent in New York City, and if we're just clients, what an agent expects, and what also the buildings expect from us. Thank you for sharing that with us.
No problem.
This is Real Estate Minute, and I'm Kelly. Thanks for watching.